listening to Rat Rolls, a Fallout Tabletop podcast.
All right, so you all are headed towards that monastery and off to visit it as it's nestled into the side of a mountain. And as you get closer, it's kind of like almost like got a number of different colors. It's kind of like orangish hues of wood. There's some green tile work. It looks like almost like a dojo that's been there for a very, very long time. It looks very like Asian in its inspirations and influences. But before you all get there, I do want to take you back 3 days ago. Abel, you awaken to a light shining through the top of a drill. All of a sudden, from above, you see kind of a figure standing at the top of it. It kind of gently lays itself down into the area that you are. You're still delirious, but you feel the warm kind of hands lift you up and hold you in an embrace, kind of like almost like a fireman carry. And then as you ascend, it seems like through the drill, they hold you in the arms, kind of like almost like a cradle in this person's arms. The sky itself is almost like laying out before you, and you look to see essentially a person in a hockey mask and white robes with giant wings, just kind of looking at you. And they look at you and they say,
yeah, I'm not sure either, but I appreciate you pulling me out of that. You're not going to tell my mom, are you? Ah, much appreciated. Did you see the others by chance?
With that he kind of with this hockey masked individual kind of flies you over and kind of at a speed that's almost a little disorienting towards a giant corn cob in the distance, and holds you above it and kind of looks into your eyes. Can you do a perception plus speech check for difficulty 2?
Perception, speech, difficulty 2. Got a perception 5 and a speech of 4, and I roll a pair of 15, so no successes.
I like that. All of a sudden, you hear the voice say, "Abel, you are the ultimate being. This is your first step. Warp your body, and you will become a god."
You sure you haven't been talking to Mom? Because, that sounds like Mom talk. That sounds like Mom talking to Seth or Aklima, not to me, actually.
You kind of see the figure look around and says, "You must train. Trust the centipede," and flies you across this land. You see a number of different landmarks, almost like a giant face erupting from a forest. These like almost like desiccated giant worms that are spitting up a giant crack in the earth where there is this kind of glowing radiation imminent from it. Mushrooms. It's like a jungle that you're just flying through, and this being delivers you to a mountainous area in front of a monastery, where you are left, and all of a sudden a figure in an orange robe comes out and greets you and says, "Hello, my student."
Oh, you may... Hi. Hello.
I see that the One has brought you here to train with us.
Okay. Who is the One?
The messenger of our Lord.
Oh, Okay, so you're familiar with Michael?
Are you referring to the man that brought you here?
Yeah, that was Michael.
Then yes, and they as they get closer to you, you notice that they have a bald head. They look kind of like not necessarily like ghouls or anything, but their skin kind of looks a little sickly. It looks green. It looks kind of like it's seen the world a little bit. I wouldn't call it ghoulish. I would just call it sickly in nature. There's no hair on this body kind of anywhere. It's like almost like its eyes are like tired and sunken. But it greets you and says, "Hello, my name is James."
Hi, James. What? Okay. I'd like to make some type of perception checks.
Sure, yeah.
Do these folks look similar to what I might have been around in my previous homestead? Do they have the look of a child of Adam?
Okay, yeah, that's a great check to make. And so I would actually do for you, it would be a perception plus science, or no? What's the medicine? Perception plus medicine for a difficulty 2.
Probably going to fail this. Yeah. So, I mean...
Yeah, with 16 0 successes.
So they just kind of look worn out, maybe slightly emaciated, bald, but not quite. I can't quite put a connection to them in like other children of Adam. So they just kind of exist. But he wanted me to be a student.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So, if it's okay, I've kind of had a bit of a rough day, and I have some compatriots who are, I don't know where they are right now. And truth be told, I don't know where I am right now. I just know that Michael dropped me off here. He said a few things in tongues, then said a few things in, English, and it was all pretty confusing. I'm pretty sure my leg is dislocated or broken. I could, if I could come inside and maybe just sit down for a minute, I will happily listen to what you have to say.
Yeah, we can host you in our dojo of sorts, and they kind of lead you towards the dojo. They open the door, and inside this dojo, there's actually like a number of different training mechanisms. There's kind of like these like poles that come from the ground that have blades off of them, and they are spinning like back and forth. And the men in these robes are kind of like dodging through them. They're moving their body in these very strange ways that look unnatural to kind of dodge through these things. There's a number of different bear traps that they are like setting off and are able to jump out of to kind of like go through. They have laser traps that are shooting through the area, and they are learning to like almost move their body through these like very extensive laser traps. This looks like that this is a place that they are learning these very physical skills. There's a bench kind of in the front of the area, that he leads you to it and says, sit and take your time, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Yeah, I'll ease myself down, probably wince in the process, and take a look at stuff that seems very much outside of my wheelhouse, and say, so you said I would be a student?
Yes, a student in service of our little Lord.
Okay, and all right. So, what Lord do you serve?
Oh, we serve the rot.
The rot?
Yes. We want to kill God.
Interesting. I thought he was already dead, but okay. So I was raised in a different faith in which there if there was a God, they're dead, and God, the power of creation kind of lies within all. And I don't want to bore you with the details. This is, of course, your house of worship. What proof do you have that God's still alive?
Most people that come here and kind of crane their neck around wear a certain item. You are wearing that item, and most speak about heaven. Lord.
Okay. All right. So super symbolic. Got it. All right.
We want to kill God, and we are training to do so.
This is pretty intensive and physical training. I'm not sure I'm that flexible. I mean, I'm pretty strong, and I feel like I'm pretty blessed. I don't know if I can get my body to move the way that some of these folks are moving their body. So this thing around my neck, you know anything about how to remove those by chance?
The thing around your neck is a piece of technology that the God created, and we are here to rot that.
So no.
There is a way, but it is not known to us.
Oh, okay. So still no. Got it. Okay. Well, let's see. So Abel probably has no idea. Like, if they were delirious, they probably don't know about the whole, like, emerging from the ground. They just know that Michael picked them up somewhere and did a little tour of this place and then dropped me off. So, like, I really have no idea what happened or any of my... have you had any guests recently, or do you send people out to find new students maybe, or... Let me be a bit more clear. I had about 3 friends that I was traveling with, and I certainly got separated. I don't know where they are because Michael picked me up and dropped me off and everything like that. And how is Michael involved with all of this? Like, I've got some questions, but maybe let me figure out where my friends are first.
I can try my best to figure that out if you wish.
That would be great.
There's stone tiles on these floors that are small, and so he peels back 2 of them and kind of digs his hand into the earth beneath them, and with that he sits down on the ground, and his head kind of decompresses. It's almost like his skull is sunken. His upper body begins to kind of sink down as he's holding his hands into this. His eyes don't look alive, and he kind of returns to form and looks at you, and he says, No one has entered my domain.
Wow. How large is your domain?
It is the encompassing of the forest, but we are stymied by the mountains created by the God.
And I got a quick overview of that when Michael flew me around. So, like, I saw the mountains. I saw we landed near the mountains. So, okay. So, basically, they're probably nowhere close. Or they're on the other side of the mountains, one or the other.
Right.
Okay. Well, so there is not much I'm going to be able to do with this leg of mine. Is there anyone here that can help me recuperate, or maybe just a spare corner I can lay in for a while?
I can fix the leg for you, but you must trust me.
All right. I have just met you. Tell me, answer one question for me. How do you know Michael?
Michael is a servant of the master, the Lord, like we hope you to be.
But the Lord is different from the God, right? Because I know that in some texts, those terminologies get a little muddy.
Yes, our Lord is not godly in nature. We are with them.
Okay. Sure. I trust you. I trust you.
They produce kind of from their pocket a small cup. They go over to the corner and pull a pot of water and pour it in. They take some leaves and kind of like stir it in as well, and then they spit into it and they hand it to you and they say, "Drink this."
I swirl it a bit, get everything mixed in nice and well, and I drink it.
Do a endurance plus survival check for difficulty 3.
Endurance survival?
Yep.
No.
Okay. All of a sudden, it feels like you have like ingested something odd from inside of your body. It's almost like a small like crittering is about you. It wraps around. It seems like the muscles in your leg and numbs them. You can't feel your leg anymore. All of a sudden, you feel like your bones are kind of like moving themselves around slowly and are replacing them. And then you feel a voice from inside your brain that says, "With me, there is an immortal life, and you are now a part of us. We are your friends and will save you."
How painful is this?
It's not painful.
Oh, great. It just feels like nothing because it numbed me and now my leg is kind of mending. So I guess I don't need to throw up as a free action. Got it. All right.
The man looks at you and says, I suppose that you will enjoy the centipede.
I had heard something about a centipede. Yeah. The liturgy in my head was somewhat familiar. I mean, it's kind of standard fare for religion and all that. But yeah, I guess while I'm here, if there's a centipede, maybe I can talk to it.
What I hope for you is your constitution is higher than mine. I have lost a piece of myself, and now I am. And he opens up his mouth, and a giant centipede crawls out of this man's mouth as like the rest of his body kind of lies unmangled, and the centipede kind of goes around and looks at you and then re-enters the mouth. And he says, "Please keep your head about you."
Okay, that's you know what? That might not even be the weirdest thing I've seen today. I'm pretty sure it's not actually. It's not. Like, it might not be in the top 5 even. So I've short version, there were a lot of talking animals. Okay. Animals I've never seen before, and they were talking, and it was very enlightening. It was kind of scary. And then, I'm up here now. It's a lot going on. But my leg is feeling better. I'm thankful for that. And as far as like the whole, like, what you've got the host thing going on, like, is this like is there an expectation that I have to host something?
You are familiar with the 444 trials, are you not?
Refresh my memory.
You will complete the 4 trials when your bomb collar is activated, and when it is activated, you will ascend to heaven, and you will have to kill God, or you will become me.
Kill God or become you. Okay, so there's some incentive to kill God, which I think we were trying to get these bomb collars off anyway. So I'm guessing our goals are aligned, and we were put in a zoo because that was going to be one of the trials, and then we had this thing earlier where we had to go through a vault. Like, I don't
If
know
you have
what
done the
constitutes-
vault and the zoo, then you only need to do the gate and the ground zero.
Cool. My friends also have the collars, and they're also doing the trials, and they would also like to not have the collars on them. So they are probably interested in killing God. I cannot answer for whether or not they're interested in hosting some.
Well, what we can teach you now is how to move your body in unexpected ways, increase your overall ability to avoid traps, attacks, and other things in a manner of deflection that only the centipede can grant. If you stay with us for 3 days, we will be able to teach you its secrets.
Yeah, is there would there be a way to try to find my friends during that time?
We will send out a search party for them.
Okay, because you being able to send out multiple people to try to find my friends sounds better than me trying to go out there, and I might be able to learn a useful skill, and it would probably be good considering what happened to my leg. And yeah, sure. I could stand for some additional flexibility.
And it's agreed. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to spend the next 3 days training at this dojo. And so what that means, you have been infected with the centipede. What the centipede grants you is kind of an ability to rearrange your bones. Pretty much you cannot suffer from a fracture. You can't break your legs anymore. Like you can break them, but they will be quickly mended. You don't have to spend a stim pack to heal that stuff. Like a basic medicine check will be able to do that. And your agility is increased to a base level of 9. So if it's not there, it's going to be 9 now, which gives you a defensive 2. That is the benefit of the centipede. Obviously, there will be some detrimental effects of the centipede as we continue, but you are now unknowingly. Well, I guess knowingly, Centipede Man. So, Centipede Man, at this point, I'm going to flash forward 3 days that you've been doing your training, testing out these different traps, kind of like learning to move your body through all of this different mechanisms. Both Punchy and Hazel and Frankie essentially get into past the marshes and into the beginning area of this mountain on their way up. All of a sudden, as you step into this area, almost like a vibrant life comes to you, and it's almost like it reverberates out, and almost like there's like a blooming of mushrooms that lead a trail up to this monastery. You all follow this trail and approach its kind of giant doors, and at the front of it, waiting on you is James, the man that that's Jared. This would be Abel met, and Abel, you are wearing kind of the customary garb of the training people. This orange kind of monk robe for right now, and you all are reunited.
Nice outfit, Abel.
Thanks. I'm not sure. I mean, it's you kind of have to fit in. Right, like
I don't want to sound rude or anything, but we thought you were dead, and now you're here. You've joined another family.
Okay, so
I mean,
this isn't. I appreciate the sensitivity to the C word. I do. There's a lot to talk about, but the short version is that Michael pulled me out of the drill and brought me here, and these folks have been nice enough, and they said that they would send out a search party to find you all, which sounded safer than me going alone. And while they were out, I was here recuperating, and learning skills, which I hope will allow us to take off our collars. It seemed
that
like
part.
the best use of time.
What kind of skills?
Well, it's embarrassing, really.
Like lockpicking or?
Oh,
Hazel
that
grows
would've been
flour
good.
out of her body, like just flowers everywhere. That's embarrassing. I'm sure whatever you
all
can
right.
do is
There,
Punchy,
yeah.
thanks for
It's
the
much
help. I
better.
feel much better about that. Yeah, I'm not self-conscious about it at all.
I mean, you've also got a tail, Hazel. I mean, priorities. What's weirder? I mean, the flowers. If
oh
you
my
keep
God, there's
working
flowers
on the
coming out of my
tato
tail,
plan,
aren't there? Are there
Oh.
there's flowers
If we wanna
growing
talk
on
about-
my tail?
Miss Greenglass.
If we want to talk about embarrassing, should we tell Abel about Punchy your little experience with the gorilla?
Yeah,
Abel,
you could.
I don't
could
find that
desperately-
embarrassing. Abel, I got put into a giant pile of poop, and then I freed myself from said pile of poop. No help from our friends, I might note. And I'm now covered in animal poop. And I'd appreciate it if your new cult family had like a sandblaster, something to just get this off of me, because I am
Like a-
just covered in this.
like a Silkwood style radiation shower, something that could scour the stuff off of his frame. Would
We
be-
can,
Yeah, like a silkworm shower, like she said.
yeah, we can, we could check. Punchy, we'll check on that. Miss Greenglass, you look great. Let's.
In a room.